Man, this game rocks. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Persona 5 Royal. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we found our way out of the pyramid, and now we're back in the pyramid. And this time, well, we're gonna keep exploring the Futaba's pyramid more. Yeah. We are some busybodies right here. Oh well. So, the Stone Skull. Start off on that because we had missed it last time. Didn't actually have many notes on it written down. I had quickly gone and done that. And now, well, the notes have been written. The Stone Scone was it was a rock used for coronations by the Scottish monarchy. Heal up Joker. Slice you down! Used by the Scottish monarchy, it was eventually taken by the British in 1296 by King Edward, who was the king at the time. At that point, it was placed into Westminster Abbey and into the seat. Well, I don't think it was the seat exactly. It was placed on the throne of King Edward, and it was used for coronations even in England up until its return to Scotland in 1996. Probably more notably, as of this recording, current queen, and probably even the time of upload, considering her, the Queen of the United Kingdom, Queen Elizabeth, was coronated using the Stone of Scone. So yeah, in here, it just shows that there's this reflective panel, just showing, hey, there's light-based puzzle in here. Just to show off what that was all about. In addition, up here, we have another thing that we can steal, which I'm glad to take because that just means more selling fodder. And what I'd really want is health.
Yes!
Oh, hey, it opened! So, shining light upon the doors will cause it to unlock.
Hey!
Wait, doesn't that mean we can open the door of the Great Stairs the same way? It's definitely a possibility. In any case, we should push on. And on. And on.
I have something.
Hey!
Something written here. The light shed by the god of the underworld shall become the sign for those who traverse the pits. Well, presumably that's just telling us, hey, there's light-based puzzles. This room. I remember hating this room. And especially because I don't remember the baboon's weaknesses. Obviously, later on in the game we will be able to pick up the baboon for ourselves, but well, we can't right now, and I don't remember what it's weak to. Heading over in here, there is a spot where we can zipline over to. May as well, it'd be nice if we could also find a safe room, but I'll just take more items to steal for now. Could really use a safe room. And over here we got something. Wait, what is this statue? It's kind of a dog thing. This is Anubis, the Egyptian god of the underworld. He seems to have some kind of shining orb. It sounds kind of familiar. Something about the light from the god of the underworld.
Yes!
May as well take the gem. Get the Abyss gem. And Makoto's not exactly right about the god of the underworld. But we will get into that at a later point. Anubis has some weird things with him, but he is a persona that will show up later. So we will wait until then to fully get into Anubis. Upon taking stone, a few enemies will spawn. The Danger Shadow Sandman, which is weak to wind and electric and fire. Let's do this. Let's Mabufu. Ooh.
It's up to you.
Not over yet.
Well, I was going to switch over to Joker, and then...
With their weakness. Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna switch over to Joker, but... Guess not. You are weak to fire and electric. Let's do that. Aww. I really wanted to show off what happens when you have...
Spectacular victory.
when you get through all the baton passes. Even if it meant a little bit less money because of...
Focus.
We wouldn't be able to knock them all down. Or because we did all-out attack them. Literally the opposite of what I said. Whatever. Deal with it. That's just a way to loop around.
I can see it.
Wait. Actually... This... Oh, right up there. This is a little bit of a weird palace, just in... Well, okay, all the palaces are a little bit weird in their own ways. But this one is pretty mazy. This is one of the more confusing ones to get around. Makes sense for a pyramid.
Hey. I see.
And that's the door to the Great Stairs. We're right above it.
Hmm?
So,
Hey.
nothing there. Let's put in the stone for the Anubis statue,
Oh.
and nothing happens. There is still another pedestal, which means we have another stone to find. Now, I have a little bit of a story about this palace in
We're in
particular.
range. Now's our chance.
When I was
Joker.
playing through original Persona 5, I still loved the game up to this point. I basically had binged all the way through, I pretty much binged all the way through the game in about a week's time or so, because that's just kind of what I do. But, you know, Kamoshida's Palace, it's a great way to start off the game. And Morgana's up. Great way to start off the game. Madarame's Palace, it continues this mystique. It brings in the aspect of, hey, there might be someone else here that we don't fully know about. We're gonna try to escape from this, even if it means that we're a little bit on
Looking cool,
the
Joker.
weaker side. Actually,
This isn't it.
whatever. You know, Kamoshida's Palace, great way to start off the game.
Joker's in peril. Two of you
Then
team up and
we
go
move
kill
on
him.
to...
Done just a bit more. There's gotta be a way out.
After that point, we have Madarame's Palace. Great way to introduce a new party member. Just, it's a really good dungeon in general. It introduces a new party member. It introduces, you know, more stakes beyond that. Kamoshida's Palace is a little bit of a downgrade. It's not all that interesting. It doesn't have too high stakes. We don't really know Kaneshiro. He doesn't really have any importance personally to anyone in team. I will admit, Kaneshiro's Palace, probably my least favorite. And I have mentioned that a number of times. Then we get to here. Now, I will come out and say that this isn't the best one. There's a lot of palaces later in the game that are better, but this is the one where, as I was playing through, I realized I really want to Let's Play this. I had never Let's Played before when I was playing this. You know, this game came out in 2017. My first video, the Xenoblade 2 series, that came out in 2020. Yeah. Came out in 2020. And so I had never at all played to...
Indeed.
No, never had... Okay, I had recorded before. I actually had done Trails of Cold Steel, although before wasn't happy with the quality of the series after about 20 episodes, so I dropped it. And so playing through this, there's a part later on in this dungeon that I'll really be like, this is the exact moment that I realized, hey, I want to Let's Play this game. This is, you know, it's a very unique dungeon. We've got these light-based puzzles. It's, you know, light-based puzzles, they're cool. It's a little bit surface, but it's, you know, it's not like it's an incredibly, you know, incredibly deep significance with the light, but just the circumstances behind this palace in general are what really grabbed me. Before, Kamoshida. Absolute asshole. Probably one of the no. He's very realistic in terms of he could be someone that exists, but at the same time, he's also just, he's a disgusting human being. Madarame, a little bit more unbelievable, but maybe that's just because of my circumstances. Kaneshiro, again, a little unbelievable,
Do you need something?
and he doesn't really have any stakes to him personally. All of them, they're bad people. We get to Futaba's palace, however, and we don't have anything to say that she's a bad person. I mean, maybe... again, we still don't really know all too much at this point, but she might just be a good person. And yet, she has a palace because her world is so distorted because of what she thinks. It's, it brings out that other possibility, that other weird thing about it where, hold up.
Select
What are we
the
on?
skills you'd like to inherit.
Sure. It brings out this weird thought of, hey, there could be more to this than just evil person has a palace. And this is a story that I kind of relate to. I don't have the exact same circumstances as Tom, but there's similar. I don't want to get too far into life story because that's, it's not the greatest thing to talk about. It's kind of boring. No one really is interested in it, as far as I could really tell. But it's, I guess something like Mudo's spare boost. Nah. It's not really an interesting thing to talk about. It's, just to be honest, no one really cares greatly about it, but it's still just something that it's something, a lot of the story with Futaba is something that I can find myself somewhat relating to.
Not terrible,
And
but not
that's just something that
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
it touches with me because it's very different from everything else we see, and it's still just really good. There's, we've seen Futaba. It's a very unique situation. It's a very unique dungeon in general because we do have things like, it being something with, again, a good person. We have this whole town outside of it. It's a great aesthetic with the palace, where you have this pyramid. Pyramids always, they're well known for being, they're almost more well known for being grave robbed than for being graves at this point. And just everything about this palace just really clicks with me. There's a lot of minor details with it. The hieroglyphs, I joked about it in one of the, in the starts of one of the episodes, that the hieroglyphs are, they're just things. They're, they're mostly mathematical symbols. Futaba, a little bit of a weirdo, as we can see. Probably some kind of a nerd if she can, probably a pretty big nerd if she can hack so well. And just as this game goes on, it's just a really, this palace in general is really kind of a turning point. Later on, again, I don't think this is the best palace. This is, I do think that, honestly, even Kanashiro's palace is, not Kanashiro, Kamoshida's palace is a little bit better than this, I think. But Kamoshida's palace is actually really good. But this one just really goes to show just what kind of unique things you can do in this game. And this is the point where it changed for me from a good game to a great game. And that's a very cliche saying. I went from a good game to a great game at this point. And yeah, again, I do think that honestly, all of the palaces after this are better. All of them are really good. Every palace is good. Kanashiro's a little bit of a downer, but everything else fantastic. You also can't, do that, but whatever. So yeah, this was the palace that I really thought that I would start Let's Playing. And originally, I was going to Let's Play original Persona 5. I had the plan to... I had the plan to do all of the stuff with the mythology. That was something I've had down pat for a long time. I was going to do a Persona 5 series, and I was going to have all this mythology stuff with it. That was always my plan. And this was going to be one of the first series, but eventually kind of chickened out, didn't want to do all of that work at the time, wasn't really confident in it. And we get to Royal, and we get to here again, and it really makes me realize, hey, I really want to Let's Play this. And sure, right now, as of the time of recording, as of time of upload, I'm not really getting any views, but that's fine. I'm having fun with this, and it's enjoyable for me to go back to experience these games in a way that is different from what you might normally get. So, yeah. Anyone who attempts to steal this will be cursed.
Yeah.
And we'll just grab it, because why not? Yeah, this is... Yeah, it's not one of... I don't think that this is the strongest dungeon. No, honestly, it gets a little bit too convoluted for its own good. I do think that Kanashiro's Palace is the worst. I'll just say that right away. Kanashiro's Palace, really underleveled. It's pretty short, not very inspiring. But this one, I also don't really rate all too highly, but...
Isn't that...
Yeah, this is... Again, this is really the point where I really fell in love with the game. It seems weird that at a point where in recording I would be 106 episodes. Am I actually at 106, or did I forget to change that on my settings? Okay, I am actually at 106. But... Oh, it takes 30 hours in order to really realize, hey, this game's really damn good. But that's... this is the point where I really fell in love with the game. And we haven't even met my favorite character yet. That's the important part.
I see a really strong shadow.
This room sucks, though.
Watch out, Joker.
Yeah, there's a lot of points in this dungeon where in this palace, dungeon, whatever. So I'm gonna switch between them a lot. But this is a point of the game where things start really coming together. Go away, dog. Oh, really? Yay. This is troublematic. Can't get through here. So yeah, basically, this is when I think the game starts getting incredibly good. Good game before this, great game even, but this is when it really started to click for me. But I don't know, maybe I'm just weird and not, I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm trying to find more unique things to say than just commenting on the game, because you don't always want to comment on the game. That's a lot of monkeys.
This is my other self.
That's a lot of monkeys.
Someone finish it.
An enemy's frozen. Let's shatter it in one strike. All right.
That's too many monkeys. Too many monkeys. Wait, oh, because Anzu's not dead yet.
Right in their weak spot.
Can we run?
A bit more. There's gotta be a way out of this.
Megiddo. Yeah, these guys have Megiddo. That is the medium damage. I don't know why I even attacked him if I was going to run right away. Whatever.
I can feel it.
Don't worry about it. He's going to head out over over yonder. Pick up the turquoise. And... got a door. That won't open. Got an enemy. That is 2 open. And...
Feel it.
Wait for the dog to go away. The monkey dog, of course. Again, we will get into what the monkey actually is at a later point. But, oh well. Get a balm of life. That's already open. Can't? I know we're already at time. I can go a little bit further, I think. Just, I don't know. Just safe.
I have something.
Maybe. Oh.
This is...
Well, certainly being held off there. And I'll end it now. We'll find out how to get rid of that curse effect. Well, we know how to get rid of the curse, but I'm not gonna go all the way back there. So, until then, see you guys later.